Once a dormant horse racing track, the bright lights return to the Fairplex at Pomona. On this half-mile unwound course, there is no room for error in an all-out head-to-head sprint to the finish line. This is Straight Rhythm. You are watching the Red Bull Signature Series. Hey everybody, Sal MASEKELA here, your host of the Red Bull Signature Series, and allow me to welcome you to the Fairplex in Pomona in Southern California for the 4th running of Straight Rhythm. Now, we have the biggest crowd on hand ever with nearly 20,000 fans in the stands and the infield, and this year we welcome an additional class of racing. Now, returning are the open and the lights, but in an homage to the past, yes, the beloved two-strokes return to racing at Pomona. This year's Ken Roczen two-stroke shootout is definitely the fan favorite, and it brings in some real legends. Names like Ryan Villapoto, Garrett Stank Dog Stanky, Ryan Sipes, and the legend Ronnie Mack. Now, Shane McElrath is the returning lights champion, still the man to beat, coming off one of his most successful Supercross seasons ever in 2017. And in the open class, returning is the Frenchman Marvin Musquin, who is crushing it in 2017, coming in 2nd in the overall AMA motocross standings this year, and he's looking to try and get a repeat here. Our first competitors are in the gate, so we're going to check in with Jason Wygant and the legend, Ricky Johnson.
Well, thanks, Sal. We are certainly excited for this. Why? Because Red Bull Straight Rhythm, it's basically the highlights, the best of. We just give you the jumps here, and we take the corners out. There's no rest. There's no reason to hold back. Riders are going to be going wide open the whole time, and it's so fun to watch.
Well, a lot of times you want to see the first turn because there's always action there. Then you want to see the checker flag, and you want to see a dice to the finish. Yeah. But a lot of times there's so much that happens in between the start and the finish, the race sometimes can get boring. Not in Straight Rhythm. There's no interference. There's no taking each other out. They have to stay in their own lane and be the best that they can be. And it's a very short run, about 39, 37 seconds from start to finish.
And Red Bull has upped the ante this year, adding a class. So we will see 3 divisions, open, lights, and two-stroke, all competing in a bracket format. Best 2 of 3 runs moves to the next round. And we have our defending champion of the open class, Marvin Musquin, with our Will Christian.
Marvin, last time we saw you here at Red Bull Straight Rhythm, you had the Open Trophy firmly in your grasp and end to a great 2016 season. That momentum carried on into this year. What was 2017 like in the world of Marvin Musquin?
Well, like you said, I had a great off-season, and being able to win main events on the, on the 450 class and then outdoors too. So and battling for championships, that was just awesome. So. Yeah, I'm looking forward to end up this season and this year really well at Straight Rhythm and moving into a new season.
Now, talking about consistent winning, here at Red Bull Straight Rhythm, I'm right in saying that you have never lost a race. You've got 2 titles, 1 in lights, 1 in open. If you defend your title here again tonight, you will be the first person to have 3 titles. So who are you looking over your shoulder at rider-wise and through the other classes as well? Who will you be watching? Well,
yeah, there's a couple great competitors. A guy like Brock Tickle or Josh Hansen and Tyler Bowers. I mean, those guys can go fast. So it's going to be super intense, and I'm really focused on myself right now, and yeah, hopefully I can win again this year. And such a unique event, I'm really happy to be here, and thanks to Red Bull.
We'll be excited to see you out there. Thank you so much, Marvin.
And thank you, Will. Let's check out the course Marvin will be competing on with the help of our friends at DJI.
As we watch the drone footage, they start off, they got the small section as they come through, then they jump into the small rhythm section. They get step on, step off, some tables, some doubles, some triples, some quads, and then down into the gator pit about 10 feet deeper than the surface. And as they come back up, we're going to call this supersize. You can see a lot of different elevation change, a lot of different combinations, but trying to keep the bike as low as possible, keep as much rhythm as they can. As they come over the pit tunnel, they go into the sand section. You can see Ronnie Mack on the right. You can see the ruts. He's trying to get a run at it, but as he comes into the last area, notice he crosses the line. If that was a race, he would get disqualified. We have a step on, step off, and up and over the finish.
Great drone footage there from DJI. First up on the course will be our two-stroke class.
The grandstands are packed here at the Fairplex. I think this might be the crowd favorite class, and we've got Sipes against Ronnie Mack, Villopoto against Jared Stanky, and this is going to be awesome. I don't think you can really realistically pick any one of these guys as a favorite, because even with Villopoto's background, he's never done this type of thing on a two-stroke. He's never competed in this event before. Sipes was the fastest qualifier. Ronnie Mack, the ultimate wild card. Stanky, who does have the background, racing a two-stroke weekly. This is really hard to call.
And earlier, Tina Dixon got Ken Roxon's take on this two-stroke class.
Ken Roxon now joining us as a spectator here at Red Bull Straight Rhythm. And Ken, we're getting ready for an exciting night. Who's your pick and who are you excited to see?
So I think everybody's excited to have Ronnie Mack in the game. Is he going to back up his talks? Ryan Villopoto basically retired. He came back for us to start racing the two-strokes around here. And in general, having the first two-stroke event at the Straight Rhythm, that's what I'm looking forward to the most, and it's going to be some exciting racing.
Ken Roxon, enjoy your time as a spectator.
And we're enjoying watching this two-stroke race. It'll be Ronnie Mack, a YouTube and social media sensation, and he is proving to be the real deal. It's been a dream run so far.
Wow, he's got to take down the fast qualifier, Sipes. But this guy is no joke. He's hilarious on social media, but he is serious here at the races. Sipes trying to get him back. Mack still with the lead.
Pull a little nose wheelie there coming in to the rhythm section.
The style is unorthodox but effective. Sipes is running out of ground. Is there any place left where he can pull something off, or does Ronnie Mack have him covered?
Listen to the crowd.
Ronnie Mack does it again, and the trademark nose wheelie over the finish, which scares us every time we see it. Straight up, he took Sipes, the fast qualifier, down. They will have a rematch.
And you see Ronnie Mack a little bit pushed forward, a little bit better start, and it seemed like he just kept inching away from Sipes.
Sipes had a big quad jump at the beginning of the run that he used for that fast qualifying time, but he doesn't get it right here. He has to triple instead of quad, and that allows Mack to get the advantage. Sipes was not able to make up the ground. And then that trademark air wheelie over the finish. Next up, Ryan Villopoto, the living legend, a 9-time national motocross and supercross champion. Jared Stanky, the workaday privateer, but he specializes in the two-stroke.
Stanky with a little bit of a roll and a great start as he comes off, and actually with a slight advantage. But Ryan doing what he does so well, and that's keeping on the ground and using that traction.
Got the DJI drone shot there. The two-stroke is actually coming back now and ahead of Villopoto.
Ryan with a small mistake. He just tips it, and again, coming out of the gator pit, he makes another mistake. So Stanky with an advantage pretty clear at this point.
And that's the key to this event. Anything can happen. It's so hard to predict a winner. And right now, we could have an upset special. Can Stanky pull it off? Villopoto's coming back. He's cut the gap down to a half a bike length. Finish line in sight. Stanky does it. He beats Ryan Villopoto. And this is a guy that lives in his van. He calls it the Stank Bus. A multi-time champion.
That was the mistake. We saw Ryan Villopoto case that jump, and that's where he lost the advantage to Stanky. But right here, notice he comes up short again, doesn't get over the top, and that allows Stanky to get about a 3-bike length lead. But Ryan was quicker at the end. There's the mistake once again. You see Stanky gets an advantage, but Ryan came back, so he's going to be strong in the second round.
Back up against the wall. Now Villopoto has proven himself to be one of the all-time best under pressure. But see if he can answer back. When we come back, more of the semifinals here in California for Straight Rhythm. This is the Red Bull Signature Series.
here's the situation for Ryan Sipes, your fast qualifier. He has his back up against the wall because Ronnie Mack took him down in their first run. If Sipes loses again, he is eliminated. If Sipes wins this, we'll do a third race.
Look at how low Ronnie Mack is on the start, and as he comes off, he gets a little bit more aggressive as he comes off. And so Ronnie Mack with the hole shot, and the guys have been saying they like the left lane.
So he might have the better lane, and he has the shift hole shot. So Sipes is going to have to pull something out. The jumping rhythm, does it work out better? Sipes gets the quad and the lead. Awesome to hear these two strokes wound out here. Sipes the advantage.
But Ronnie with a good run, a good scrub, gets a good run now through the speed whoops. Can he make something happen?
Crowd comes to life, finish line in sight.
We are going to round 3.
So Sipes comes back to beat Ronnie Mack. And both two-stroke brackets will go into the run of 3. Villopoto's got to try to stave off elimination against Stanky. Will we have 2 runs of 3?
And watch Sipes on the right. He triples there and he quads this, and that was the advantage where once he broke away from Ronnie Mack, Ronnie wasn't able to make the ground back up, and Ronnie was the one that made up that ground early. So everybody's saying, from Ken Roxon to all these different guys, that you got to get that first section down, and that's been the difference.
Yep, the better start for Mack did not pay off. So now Ryan Villopoto has to win this one or he is eliminated. Could this be the underdog? Stanky, the privateer, against a multi-time champion. Can Stanky get it done? Oh, they are revving these things out hard.
They're running them really hard right now. They're running neck and neck. So here comes the rhythm section. Who's going to get it done? They're running jump for jump, everything the same at this point, and Stanky with about a half-bike advantage.
Absolutely, Stanky is holding Villopoto at bay. Now Villopoto charging hard. Side by side, a little mistake though from Villopoto.
Another mistake!
And this could be it. Can Stanky eliminate Villopoto?
The complete underdog. Stanky is doing a great job. All he's got to do is be clean over this last step on, step off.
This is a Cinderella story. Jared Stanky has eliminated Ryan Villopoto. And doing it for the privateers, the hand-to-mouth existence for this guy. He's racing for the fun of it. He doesn't have millions in the bank like Villopoto, but he had the heart, the determination, and yeah, all the trash talk that everybody had before this two-stroke event, and this is the guy backing it up.
And we're watching Stanky off to the right. We see that Ryan makes a small mistake here. He scrubs, and then he loses a little bit side to side. He doesn't cross over, but that was what cost him the race, and Stanky just kept it clean. Watch here, Ryan Villopoto in the black on the left. As he comes through, he cases a little bit, loses that forward drive, and as he comes over here, cases it again, loses drive, and that's where Stanky made the advantage.
Let's go to Tina.
Well, yeah, and Jared will be moving on. In fact, Jared, you had to remind some of these guys that you still actively race on a two-stroke, and now you are moving on.
Yeah, that's right. Made the finals, racing against someone I've looked up to my whole entire career, Ryan Villopoto, and yeah, just super pumped that I made it to the finals in a class that I feel like was made for me.
And Ryan, I mean, this is a tough course. What happened out there?
Small mistake, you know, both those runs. Stank was riding really good and just nailed his runs. And, you know, for me, I was, you know, hoping to get to that next round, but it's all for fun. Red Bull put on a great event, and, you know, we'll go back and we'll watch the best do what they do.
And either way, guys, this two-stroke class has been super entertaining to watch.
Unbelievable respect for Ryan Villopoto. I mean, that is a champion right there. You know he's pissed off. I mean, he did not want to get taken out, but he didn't make an excuse. He completely complimented Stanky and said he had a clean run, and he made a couple more mistakes. I have more respect for Ryan Villopoto now than I did when he won all of his championships.
And still smiling through that as well. He's having a good time out here.
Well, he's a good actor at that point.
Okay, because he's not happy. Yeah, neither are either of these guys going to be. Whoever ends up losing, it is Sipes against Ronnie Mack.
Ronnie Mack with the hole shot. Had a good roll. This was the lane where Mack won before. So we can see Sipes obviously a little bit cleaner, but Ronnie Mack with a different rhythm through this section.
Got the DJI drone cam here. Clean is not the specialty of Mack, but aggression certainly isn't. It's working. He's got the gap. He's got the lead on Sipes. The winner of this one goes to the finals.
And listen to the crowd. The crowd is going to go out bonkers if Ronnie Mack makes it to the main event.
He's got it under control right now. He's got to stay error-free through this final section. The fans are loving it. And the run continues. Ronnie Mack is going to the finals in two-stroke.
You can see Sipes and Ronnie did two completely different routes, and this is where Ronnie Mack made the advantage. You can see Case's a little bit, the head nod, but he was able to suck up that jump and use the mistake to his advantage and get back on the ground and keep running hard. I love the pelvis thrust forward. He makes it all work. I don't know how, and then he does this every time, and it scares me to death. Every time he does it, because if I have ever been that close, I had to bail out. And so, good job, Ronnie Mack.
Yeah, this is not the way you would teach it at a riding school, but it's effective enough. Let's send it to Tina.
It is effective enough. Ronnie, I mean, coming into this event, it was all smack talking from you, but you're backing it up.
Well, you know, I pulled out of that 250 race, the four-stroke class, to focus on this and the after party we're having. But man, Stank Dog, me in the final, we were already going to win tonight anyways, either way. You know, this race is built for guys like us. Short racing, we can show our true talent. All these other guys don't got talent. They just try to work and go to the gym and cycle in their spandex. And we go out there and we're just talented, God-given talent. That's why we're out here winning this one.
And guys, it's going to be a fun one. Stanky and Ronnie Mack in that final.
Wow. So don't adjust your set. That's right. Mack eliminates Sipes. Stank eliminates Villapoto. And the final will be two of the most colorful characters in the game. The very multi-talented, multifaceted Ryan Sipes will be hitting the track for the semifinals in the lights class when we return to the Red Bull Signature Series. Welcome back to the Red Bull Signature Series here in Pomona, California for Straight Rhythm. Moving on into the lights class. Now, Ryan Sipes still has a shot at it here. He entered both classes, and he was able to beat Colton Eck in the first round. Cantrell beat Enzo Lopes. It was great racing between those two. So Cantrell and Sipes on one side of the bracket. Shane McElrath, last year's winner of this class, against his teammate Alex Martin on the other side.
And even though Sipes was eliminated, he's still in the mix. So don't count out Ryan Sipes. He's had a great run, and he's not done yet.
No, he wants to do it in lights since he was eliminated in two strokes. Sean Cantrell, the young rider here from California, rookie pro.
Sipes just off a run against Ronnie Mack. Now he goes into it with Cantrell, and you can see Cantrell with a little bit of an advantage in the left lane.
Oh, it is wheel to wheel. Both getting that big quad into the gator pit. Great racing here. Cantrell trying to stretch it. And Sipes got on top of that tabletop. Little gap now.
Very, very close between these two. So Ryan Sipes with about a bike, but Cantrell with an unbelievable scrub as they go into the speed whoops.
And this is where Cantrell made up ground in the first round against Enzo Lopes. Does he have any tricks up his sleeve now against Sipes? Sipes gets the win. And Sipes, who makes his bones now as a woods racer, adapting quite quickly back into the Supercross game, which he has not done in several years, and it's effective.
Then we see Cantrell in number 43 pushing really hard, trying to make it up, but Sipes with a little bit cleaner, and so he is definitely pushing for this lights main.
Our next group, you've got Shane McElrath on that factory, Troy Lee Designs, Red Bull KTM, and same equipment, same team for Alex Martin. They race out of the same rig, and they're battling for a spot in the finals.
Watch Martin, he's very small, and he has a really short burst of speed, a lot like Marvin Musquin.
Got the DJI drone cam here showing you the roost.
Oh, we see right there, Martin with a huge, goes for the quad, and now takes over the lead.
Yeah, so we've seen some back and forth action here, some passing. Right now, Martin on the left side in the white gear has the advantage. McElrath is running out of time. Here we go into the final 100-yard dash.
Step on, step off, and it's gonna be Martin.
Wow, so Amart showing what he's capable of. Amart known as a real workhorse and a guy who gets stronger as the races go on, but he obviously has some sprint speed as well.
And watch this, as he comes through here, they're in the small rhythm section, but he takes this shot and where he triples, and then you see that Martin quadded it, and that was the difference. So it's the small rhythm section that makes the difference.
Yeah, then you're in no man's land after that. McElrath was trying to figure out where he could make ground up. He couldn't find it, so Alex wins the first run between the teammates. When we come back, more of the semifinals here in California for Straight Rhythm. This is the Red Bull Signature Series. Welcome back to the Red Bull Signature Series here in Pomona, California. The lighting for tonight's event has been provided by Musco, the world's leader in sports and mobile lighting for 40 years. At Musco, we make it happen. So we're back to Ryan Sipes against Cantrell. And again, this is fighting for a spot in the finals. If Sipes wins this one, he goes to the finals. If Cantrell wins, it'll be tied 1-1. And we'll go to a third race. And this is interesting because it is 2-stroke against 4. They're both 250cc engines. The 4-stroke, very controllable power. The 2-stroke, very explosive. Let's see which one works better. Oh, Sipes!
Oh, and he doesn't give up. Sipes takes a hard hit, nose high, and just keeps charging and is now starting to make a comeback on Cantrell.
Yeah, he's not giving up at all. Cantrell's a little bit of an edge. Sipes inching his way back into it. A trip to the finals on the line here. One more set of jumps. And Cantrell's gonna hold off Sipes, and we're going to a third race. Very competitive this year. Previous years, we have not had nearly this many 3-race runoffs.
Watch Sipes, he's off. He can see that he's coming up short, but he absorbs. Here he does a seat bounce, nose high, doesn't get quite the bounce that he wants, but watch, he sucks it up and doesn't even miss a lick. Sipes is a very strong rider.
Oh, he's a Kentucky boy. He's as tough as they come. But polished was the performance of Sean Cantrell, and they're going to have to race again. Now we're back to McElrath and Alex Martin. Alex Martin is 1-0. Can he eliminate McElrath, who was last year's event winner? Now, McElrath was in this position last year, and he ratcheted up the intensity and went all the way into the finals and then won it.
And I'm in the same spot as I have been every year. Every year I kind of go, it's the same thing. This year they don't have whoops and that. And I'm on the edge of my seat. My palms are sweating, and I can't wait to see, because you love racing. You know, you hear the Kentucky Derby. It's not that they go that fast. It's because they win by a nose. And that's what we're seeing here. And every little bit, you can see every small mistake.
Oh, yeah, and McElrath told us earlier, absolutely, he gets just as nervous on the starting line for this one as any other type of race he will do. And he has to be extra nervous now because he is in a must-win situation. Alex Martin in the white gear, McElrath in the blue.
Alex Martin with a double clutch on the start. He lost the advantage, but he seems to be making up a little bit of ground.
McElrath right now has it. Oh, they get those wheels back on the ground, full power.
It's looking like some of what the riders are saying, that the left lane's a little bit quicker because the guys seem to be going a little bit higher in the right lane, and Martin seems to be working a lot harder on that side.
Here we go. Final 100-yard dash. Advantage to McElrath. Trying to stave off elimination. Martin closes in. Not going to happen. McElrath gets it. And another 3-race bracket here. And these guys get along very well with teammates. This is fun for them.
You can see that McElrath has a slight advantage, but watch how hard Martin has to work with the body forward and back, as he has to lock up the back brake to try to get the nose down. So a lot more physical activity out of the right lane out of Martin than we see in McElrath. Very smooth, very calm, and very smooth.
Martin was almost there, but down the stretch, McElrath was actually able to pull back away here, and he goes on to take the win. It'll be very fun to watch these two match up one more time. Let's go to Will with an update.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Well, I just spoke to Ryan Sipes there and asked him, is fatigue playing a factor here when he came up short and took that hit? He said, no, he's okay after that. It's not really about being tired. He's just struggling with that left side, which is very interesting considering that all the other riders have actually been preferring the left side of the track.
Well, that's good then. That means in this battle, each rider's where they want. So no excuses. Cantrell against Sipes. Winner goes to the finals.
This is where they say in car racing, checkers or wreckers. There is no second place, and as Paulo Cree said to Rocky, there is no tomorrow. It's all right now. 40 seconds, we'll see who goes to the main.
Cantrell a better start. He's got that shift hole shot over Sipes. Here's the section where Sipes struggled on the other lane. Can he get it clean now? He handles the triple.
Cantrell a little more dynamic, a little more, I'm going to say, a little more new school, a little more, a little more youth, but Ryan Sipes just been running every race. Oh, he cased it. That's pretty much going to take it away, so Cantrell just needs to be smooth.
Yes, a couple other mistakes. Cantrell has maybe not been spectacular, but he has been precise. And he is going to the finals. Yeah, and he's excited about this. Cantrell's so young, so new to this. He has not raced professional Supercross yet, so he's gaining a lot of knowledge and confidence as well.
You can see this scrub a little bit more dynamic out of the 43 out of Cantrell, but here we're seeing Sipes on our vision, his left lane. He comes up a little bit short. It's not at this point, but right now everything's going really smooth, but then it comes up a little bit short. But Cantrell, very dynamic, definitely a superstar in the future.
I think that was an important one to him. Those fist pumps show you the emotion, and he is with Tina.
Yeah, and Sean, you're moving on into the finals, but so far, how competitive has this race been? I mean, we've already seen so many races go to 3, including yours.
Man, this is crazy. I mean, you don't want it to go to 3, but it's definitely exciting for everybody. Your heart rate's already going when you're on the line, but it's this is cool. The track's really good right now. I feel like it's kind of favoring the right side, so we're gonna keep it between just us, but I'm gonna try to stay on the right side.
Yeah, there you guys go. He's moving on to the finals.
And Cantrell, new to this, has never competed in this event before and hasn't raced Pro Supercross yet, but he's certainly showing he has some skills. So here we go. The teammates, they're 1-1. They've each beaten each other one time. Whoever wins this race goes to the finals. Whoever loses is eliminated. It's Shane McElrath and Alex Martin.
It's gonna, I really feel strong about the start. If somebody double clutches, which we've seen in the past, and then we see McElrath with a great start, but Martin is able to gain that speed coming into the first section. As we watch them overhead, they are exactly neck and neck. McElrath with a slight advantage at this point.
And now McElrath has the advantage. It's gonna be desperate times for Alex Martin, the veteran out of Minnesota. McElrath out of North Carolina. Real fine guy, Southern gentleman to talk to off the track, but he is a competitor when the helmet goes on. And with his back against the wall, he had to win this one, and he does. McElrath, just like he did a year ago, was up against a 1-0 deficit, wins the next 2 rounds, and goes to the finals.
And Jason, he was faster every time out. He went a 39.6, 38.9, and now a 38.7. That's the fastest lights time that we've seen all day.
Here's where he got that early advantage. Little mistake for Martin.
Yeah, you see Martin, he cases it, and he doesn't recover from that point. And earlier in yesterday, we talked to Ken Roxon, and he was saying sometimes you have to slow down to go fast. You cannot make a mistake, and that's what we saw out of Shane McElrath.
All about hitting the marks, and that's what McElrath has done in 2 years in a row. He keeps getting faster with every single run on this course. Let's send it back down to Tina.
And Shane does have the experience because he is the defending champion and now moving on into the finals. What can we expect there?
Just try and put in more solid runs like that. I mean, it's getting tougher and tougher. Everybody's doing all the rhythms, so it's just real minimal, and if you clip a jump, you can lose the race. So I look forward to it and racing my teammate Sean Cantrell.
Yeah, guys, that's going to be a good one. Shane's been in this position as the defending champion.
So we've got a rider who's been there, done it, against a rider who's never competed here before at Cantrell. So this should be fun when we return to the Red Bull Signature Series. Welcome back to the Red Bull Signature Series. We're ready for the Open Class semifinals here at Straight Rhythm from Pomona, California. Here's your bracket into the Open Class. Brock Tickle against Josh Hansen, Marvin Muscan, Kyle Chisholm. Those are your final 4 in the Open Class. Should be interesting. You've got 2 privateers, Chisholm and Hansen, and 2 factory Red Bull KTM riders, Musquin and Tickle. Let's see who's vulnerable here. Could it be an upset special? Chisholm, who really had to dig to get into this semifinal. Musquin, meanwhile, has been sailing through the bracket so far.
Marvin with a great start. And you can see how much quicker he is when he's on the ground. He uses his body very dynamic, but when he's on the ground, he utilizes his time there. I was talking with Roger DeCoster about that. He's definitely, I don't want to say it, but the next level.
Sure seems it. Got the win at this event last year. It springboarded him to a phenomenal 2017 season with a lot of race wins in Supercross and Motocross. And he continues to roll here. Bike dancing around a little bit in the sand whoops. The first mistake we've seen out of him, but certainly not enough to stop him from beating Chisholm in this run. So Marvin gets the win. He'll have to do it again, though, to go to the finals, because it is a best 2 out of 3 format.
So as we watch Marvin as he goes in, he gets up and over, and on the downside applies it. Chisholm a little bit short, loses a little ground, has to seat hop to grab to get some height. But then coming into the finish, I think it is very key when it comes to Marvin Musquin. He comes over the top and he never drops a wheel.
So now we have Josh Hansen. He's the 100 on that yellow Suzuki there on the right against Brock Tickle. And these guys actually battled up quite a bit in their lights Supercross days. They used to be teammates. I don't know if there's really any love lost between them. Tickle has the big factory bike, but on this type of course, Hansen is certainly someone to be reckoned with.
Brock Tickle with a great run, but Josh Hansen really fast into the first section. So now they're in the small rhythm section. Who's going to make the difference here? They're both jumping the same, and then Josh Hansen goes for the quad, and that puts him out in front. Now Brock Tickle has to go to work.
Yeah, Hansen getting the drop. He has been nailing that big rhythm so well. The big rhythm through the small rhythm lane. A little case from Hansen, but Tickle not able to take advantage. Tickle's trying to dig deep now.
See Tickle reach up and grab another gear, trying to get it going. But right now, it's all about Josh Hansen as they wheelie, coming on and off, and Brock Tickle, oh, a little too much front wheel up, but Josh Hansen's gonna win that heat.
And the crowd reacted to that one when they saw Tickle make that mistake. So Hansen gets the win.
Watching Brock Tickle on the right now. Here they come into this quad, and you can see how they, right here, Josh Hansen goes for the quad instead of the triple, and then as we watch this coming in, Tickle will make a mistake, and that's going to be the difference between the run. As they're coming in, watch Tickle. As he wheelies, he almost loops out, and he gets a hold of it, but great save, and that's because he's so athletic and strong. So big things we're going to see out of Brock Tickle this year in Supercross.
Hansen, meanwhile, a specialist in this event, is very well there. Let's send it back to Sal in the studio.
Thank you, Jason. There's been a lot of smack talking on social media this entire event. 2-time Supercross and Motocross champion Chad Reed, he got into the mix heavy until he had to withdraw due to injury, as did 4-time Supercross and 3-time Motocross champion Ryan Villopoto and Garrett Stank Dog Stanky. They got into it heavy. Of course, Ronnie Mack, he's always calling everybody out. And that's what makes Straight Rhythm so much fun. You know, a little bit of smack talk. What do you guys think of this Ken Roczen 2-stroke shootout? Find out what you've been missing and follow the Red Bull Signature Series in any manner you get social. You can do that at RB6 Series, or you can tag us at Straight Rhythm. Just get involved in our conversation. Plus, you can go to RedBullSignatureSeries.com, where we have even more exclusive content for you about this event and other events, our entire schedule for this year and next. Plus, you can download the Red Bull TV app to watch this show and catch up on every episode from every season. Yes, you're welcome. This is Straight Rhythm from the Fairplex in Pomona, and you are watching the Red Bull Signature Series.
Welcome back to Southern California. It's Straight Rhythm, part of the Red Bull Signature Series. The open class is in the gate, ready for their second race of the semis. We've got a matchup again between Chisholm and Musquin. Musquin, not only has he won the 2 times he's raced this event, first in the lights class and last year in Open, he has never even been beaten in a single run at this event. It sure seems like this is made for Marvin Musquin. What can Chisholm do? Here we go.
Chisholm just has to put his best ride together and let Marvin take care of himself. But the problem is when you give Marvin Musquin a lot of track, he just blisters it and he goes so fast. I noticed, pay attention to his body positioning as he comes over the jumps, and then he gets down really low and he gets high when he needs to be high. So not just thinking about being very static on the bike, he's moving around quite a bit, using those angles forward and back to stay high or low, whatever he needs.
Unbelievable ride here by Musquin, who's really stretched it over Chisholm, and he's got the checkered flag in sight. Marvin Musquin is going to the finals for the second straight year. And this Frenchman, he is ever in the zone. Everything he competes on, things just continue to roll his way. And for as aggressive as he is, you do not see many mistakes.
You can see how much more sideways Marvin is than Kyle, but here stays up. They want to get the timing right, get right on the downside, and then go for that big quad, and that makes a difference right here as he jumps, stays high, doesn't get super high, but he lands and cleans it up right into the gator pit.
And here is the finish line. Big celebration for the very friendly Frenchman. And now he is down trackside with Tina.
Yeah, and Marvin so far has just been mistake-free and dominant, but what are you telling yourself as you're going through the races?
Well, I try to put myself in a good position, you know, just like really focus on myself and trying to be perfect from all the way up there to all the way up here. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for the fan for showing up. It's really exciting to be here. Now the pressure is on for the final.
Yeah, guys, and he's still got the smile on his face.
Who will join Marvin Musquin in the finals? Will it be Josh Hansen? If he wins this run, he's in. Tickle needs to win 2 straight to try to eliminate Hansen. Tickle on the orange 20, Hansen on the yellow 100. Got the DJI drone shot there. Small advantage to Hansen early. Tickle comes back. Tickle's gonna nail this section. This has been the advantage for Hansen, and Tickle makes a mistake.
And Tickle overjumped that. Actually, I'm sorry, underjumped the quad, and that's gonna hand it over to Josh Hansen. So here we see the underdog, the black, you know, the black horse, I think if you want to call him.
Yeah.
But Josh Hansen comes here for real, and you cannot mess around.
No, on this type of track, Josh Hansen is in his element. There are legendary stories of him during the week at the Supercross test tracks and the type of skills he has, and he's showing them all here. He's going to join Marvin Musquin in the finals, and he's capable of winning it.
Now keep an eye on Brock Tick on the left side. Everything going good at this point as he comes through. Actually overjumps, underjumps, it comes up, and then that's what took all the advantage away from him. So he actually overjumped a little bit, and now we take another look at it as he comes through. Here, downside, everything nice and clean. He overjumps, he lands right down the face, and then that stops him, comes up short, and then it looks like he stalled the bike.
Wow.
Tough break for Brock Tickle, but I'm glad that he's safe.
And Josh Hansen is going to the finals. Tina?
Yeah, and Josh Hansen is going to the finals, and you seem to take just such a different approach than all of the other riders. How confident do you feel on this track at this point?
I feel good. I think my bike's really good. I think show suspension helps me out a lot, and I feel good about this. I mean, between Nut Up and Lunar Pages and Shift Fox, it's a cool opportunity to be here and Red Bull to throw it on. So like I said, I want to win.
Yeah, you want to win, and it's going to be tough. You're going up against Marvin. So what can we expect with that?
It's going to be an all-out race.
There you guys go. All-out race.
That's classic Hanny style. That guy, everyone says that their heart rate goes up on the line. I would need to see the monitor to believe it with Hansen. That guy is super relaxed. And they're calling him the People's Champion, the very popular Ronnie Mack will be racing next when we return to the Red Bull Signature Series. Welcome back to the Red Bull Signature Series. It is time for the 2-stroke finals here at Straight Rhythm. We see the Ronnie Mack fans going crazy. They've gotten exactly what they wanted. This guy is quite a character off the track, but he is a serious contender on it. And to have these two, what dynamic personalities of Stank and Ronnie Mack. That's really what the 2-stroke class is all about. It's a run what you brung type thing. It's a newer bike for Stanky because KTM still makes 2-strokes and updates them every couple of years. Ronnie Mack is on a 1998 Honda. The bike is nearly 20 years old. But the way Red Bull Straight Rhythm works, that doesn't really mean anything. Either one of these guys and either one of these machines are capable of getting it done. This is it, the two-stroke final. Stank Dog against Ronnie Mack.
Staying with a slight advantage on the start, but watch Ronnie. He uses that straight back to help get more traction as he gets a slight advantage coming in, but Stank Dog working it back. It's still anybody's race.
Oh no, Ronnie Mack! Ronnie Mack goes down and down hard. Oh no. And he has jacked himself up. I hope he's okay. Luckily, he landed on a flat part of the course and not in the face of a jump, and Stank clearly heard that there is not another bike running, so he has backed his pace down.
What I didn't like was Ronnie Mack's left knee got hyperextended underneath the handlebar, and he was stuck in there, and you could see him wincing with pain and stuff like that. So I ain't gonna take anything away from Stank Dog. He did a great job, but let's see what happened to Ronnie Mack.
Oh, he's back up. He is one tough hombre, no doubt about it. If you see any of his videos, he's crashed way worse than that, practically on purpose. And huge round of applause as he's back up on the bike. Jeez, man.
Well, and a hit like that hurts because the gravel, you can see his right.
Look how bent that bike is. I can't even tell what was crash damage. The thing wasn't perfect, certainly, to start.
Taking another look as they come through, they're pretty much heading pretty much even. But as he comes down, he gets a little bit short there, throws the foot off the peg, and then now throws him right into the next one, and he goes down. It's not a hard hit, but watch the left knee as it gets extended there. So he's going to have some blood on his arms and stuff when this is over, but we're taking another look at it. They're pretty much head to head. There's
drone shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was the case that then his foot came off the peg, and that's what lost it for him.
Will he return for a runoff, or has Jared Stanky won the two-stroke championship? That could have been a lot worse. Let's go to Tina, trying to make some sense out of everything that's happening. Tina, what do we got?
Well, so I'm standing next to the sports director, Eric Perenard, and he told me basically for rules, if a person falls, if one of the racers falls, it's just like Stanky won that one race. So if Ronnie Mack gets back on his bike, he's okay, the bike's okay. That's how it is. It's just like Stanky won that one race, and they can continue racing. So if Ronnie Mack wins race number 2, it could go to 3. So basically, we're getting word now that Ronnie Mack wants a little bit of time, but now he still wants to race. So, guys, we could see another matchup between those two.
All right, it's 1-0, but it might not necessarily be over. And one of the mechanics there from Ronnie Mack's crew from the woods of Oklahoma, straightening that bike out the old-fashioned way. Will.
Guys, I'm here with Ronnie right now. Ronnie, you were full of confidence there before that, and then we saw that incident. Talk us through what happened. How are you feeling now? Are you going to get back out there?
Like I said before, we had a 69% chance of winning that one. And you know what? We just flopped over on the other side, and that's what happens. It's a wild horse I'm riding out there. It's 1998 fire-breathing CR. Sometimes she just spits you off.
Guys, Ronnie is riding by looks of things.
Trying to separate fact from fiction here. He's just adding to the legend if he gets back up. When we come back, more from the finals here in Pomona for Straight Rhythm. This is the Red Bull Signature Series. Welcome back to the Red Bull Signature Series here in Pomona, California. The lighting for tonight's event has been provided by Musco, the world's leader in sports and mobile lighting for 40 years. At Musco, we make it happen. He looks serious about this attempt to get back in it. And you know the fans, what answer they would like to hear. They want to hear that he's going to give it a run. He's going for the kick lever.
You just call it the kick lever?
Kick starter. It's a lever.
It is a lever.
Yeah,
but
I've never heard, yeah, exactly. All right, he got that thing fired up. Does that mean we're a go?
We are a go, and this could go to 3. This could go to 3. If he pulls this off, it's just going to be the upset of the decade or of the century.
We had so little racing in that first one, we really don't know. He might be the faster guy. We didn't get far enough down the track to really figure it out. And if you're Stanky, you don't really know either, because the race for the win in that particular round was over quickly. Ronnie Mack has done it. He's pulled back in the starting gate, and he's going to give it a shot.
Listen to the crowd. They are so behind this. This is awesome.
These people are pumped. A legend. Well, it's real now. This is not just YouTube. This is an Instagram. He's racing, and he's going for the win.
And Ronnie with a slight advantage over Stank Dog.
He has the shift hole shot. If anything, the crash only loosened him up and fired him up. He's got the lead. Unbelievable. But Stanky's no slouch. He's coming back. A wheelie by Ronnie Mack.
That's what I'm saying. He's able to put that traction to the ground and make it work. So Stanky with a great job at this point, but he's got to stay motivated because there we see Ronnie Mack lose a little bit, but can he put it down when it comes to the sand speed section?
Here we go. Wide open. Stanky going for the win in the pink gear. The distinctive overall look of Ronnie Mack is the dream run over. Can he get him back? Stanky's going to take the win. He is your champion of two-stroke. And Ronnie Mack gave it everything he had to come back from that crash and make a race of it. Was awesome. And the fans, they got everything they wanted to see. With these two guys, I guess you could call them two-stroke specialists, coming out on top.
Yeah. Right here at this point, Ronnie Mack in the left lane, see number 69, 69% chance to win it. And then here's Stanky as he jumps into the gator pit, slide advantage. But look at how Ronnie Mack is able to put the traction down. So great job by both of these guys.
Yeah, and Stanky had to be feeling the pressure there because Ronnie Mack was right there, but he stayed cool, calm, collected.
Coming into the finish, Stank Dog putting it down through the speed section. Ronnie Mack looks like he makes up a little bit, but on the step on, step off, it's all Stanky.
And for as much fun as Ronnie Mack has off the track, Stank, no slouch either. He's going to celebrate this victory. You know he's pumped up. No. Oh, there it is. The bike's already destroyed. What difference does it make? And he's not really acknowledging, oh, okay, he is going to show. Look at this. Actual sportsmanship from Ronnie Mack. I'm shocked. Stank does ride a two-stroke all the time, so I think that's why he's a fan. Tina, let's sort this out.
Yeah, well, the winner is Jared Stanky, but I'd say both of you guys won in a way. I mean, he came back from that crash, and then you just continued to be consistent. How would you sum up the fun, how much fun you had in that race?
Not even just the race, the whole event. This is an awesome event. Red Bull put on a great event. First time here, 10 grand to win, so I had to do it. You know, I'm the two-stroke guy, and I was expected to win, I believe, other than Villapoto and Reed. But I'm the two-stroke guy. Ronnie Mack's got the fans, and what a better combination to have Ronnie Mack and Stank Dog in the final.
It was a great matchup. The two-stroke class, I mean, it brought so many big names out. Like you said, Ryan Villapoto, Chad Reed, but you were claiming it early on.
Yeah, yesterday in practice, I took off a few times next to Villapoto, and he was pulling me a little bit, you know, and I'm like, I got to pick it up. I got to pick it up. Sure enough, picked it up and got the W.
Yeah, you got the W and the win. Congratulations.
Yeah, great two-stroke final. Sal, what's next?
Thank you, Jason. We have two lights finalists, McElrath versus Cantrell. Can Shane actually repeat, or will his TLD Red Bull KTM Factory teammate, this is a family squabble here, is he going to get the upset? We'll find out who our lights champion for 2017 is when we come back here to the Fairplex in Pomona. You are watching the Red Bull Signature Series.
This is the Red Bull Signature Series. We are getting ready for the finals in the lights class. So much uncharted territory for Cantrell, who doesn't have any professional Supercross starts yet. He will begin that journey after New Year's in 2018. Will be his first full Supercross run, but he's certainly shown that he has raw talent.
But as a young rider in Southern California, you're on Supercross tracks all the time, so it's very, very similar to what he's used to. But right now, he's going against a teammate that has a slight advantage on him. So Cantrell, as we said, has been a little more enthusiastic on some of the stuff, but it's McElrath with a slight advantage.
Shift hole shot, yes, for McElrath. Here is the critical juncture. Different rhythms, and Cantrell is staying close. He's got it down to half a bike length, and in fact, now side by side. Can Cantrell take the lead?
Cantrell a little bit more dynamic, trying a little harder, but there he cased it and lost about a quarter of a bike length. But now, who's going to put it down? And now we see McElrath on the far right.
Here we go, final section of jumps. Half a bike length advantage for McElrath, now a full bike length. Can he hang on? Yes, he does. McElrath wins the first race of our finals.
That was awesome. The manual that McElrath did as he goes across the two step-on, step-offs, there was no stepping on, stepping off. He just wheelied all the way down. So keep an eye as he comes down through here. Now this is early on, but Cantrell makes up a little bit of ground, but it's McElrath that doesn't make a mistake. He's very, very clean throughout the run.
And it was close. 2 or 3 spots on this track where Cantrell was making up ground.
Watch that manual on the back wheel the whole time. And we saw some of the riders earlier. We saw Brock Tickle almost loop out there. So very good balance for McElrath.
Looking to go back-to-back and win this event 2 years in a row, but he's going to have to beat Cantrell one more time because it's a best of 3. You've got to win 2 races. Let's see if Cantrell, that number 43, can force his teammate into a 3rd race. And it is the finals of our lights class. Cantrell on the rider's right. Then the blue trim on McElrath on the rider's left. And McElrath with the shift hole shot and the lead.
McElrath very clean on that start.
McElrath in the gator pit. Cantrell's coming back.
Cantrell making a comeback in close, but then McElrath just smooth all the way through, but Cantrell, as you said, now with the advantage.
Yeah, he has pulled it out. I don't know how many passes we've seen through that section, but Cantrell has done it. He's going to try to force a 3rd race runoff, and he's pulling away. McElrath has got to nail this section. He's getting close, not close enough, and the kid gets it done. Sean Cantrell beats McElrath, and we're going to have a 3rd race.
And look, no buddy, no teammate, hey bro, none of that. Well, look, I'm watching, I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the confidence of that young kid. He, as we said, a little more enthusiasm, went forward a little bit more. But now that's the fine line. We've heard Ken Roxon say a few times, you got to be smooth and not make a mistake, so don't override. And now we've seen the right lane win both heats.
And there is the final margin of victory. You're going to see it here. 1 set of jumps. McElrath was very fast through that section in the previous run. He did close in, but it wasn't enough. Cantrell gets the win, 0.2 of a second, and yeah, a little bit of taunting there between the teammates.
And that was the fastest lights run that we've seen.
So much attention in this crowd right now on these two. This is what you want out of the finals, Rick Johnson. You want these 2 guys to each win 1 and bring it back for a 3rd race.
And I loved it when Cantrell looked over at him, did the fingers in the eyes, and said, I'm coming after you, buddy. And what I love so much about McElrath is that he's just, okay, let's go. You want to go? We'll go. And here we are.
They're going to slug it out. It's all the line right here. The winner is the champion of the lights class. And Cantrell the advantage early. McElrath in blue trying to come back. It's got to be perfect. This section is so tricky.
And McElrath goes for the quad.
And it pays off. It gives him the lead. But Cantrell had a trick up his sleeve the last time through this area.
Cantrell was faster through the middle, but it was the quad, and we've heard so many people say that you have to be smart. And now we see McElrath with the speed whoops flying, but here comes Cantrell.
Huge scrub by Cantrell to pull it up side by side. Checkered flag in sight. McElrath, for the 2nd year in a row, is your lights champion at Red Bull Straight Rhythm. And what a run he had to take from his teammate. Cantrell gave him everything he had.
Okay, watch McElrath on the left. He goes for the quad, and you see Cantrell on the inside only do the triple. That was the difference, but Cantrell works so hard, and he scrubs really hard and a lot more enthusiasm and aggression, and gets close, but doesn't get it done.
Yeah, it was the single wall jump leading to the finish. Watch this. He makes up a ton of ground.
Look at the scrub. His peg is in the ground, blows his foot off the peg. You can't scrub any harder than that. I'm sorry. Not even James Stewart scrubbing harder than that.
When you're dragging the side of the bike in the ground, you are pushing the limits of physics. But even with that effort, it wasn't enough. McElrath has won again. And there's the celebration for him. It's all in good fun between the teammates. Big lessons learned, I'm sure, for Cantrell that'll pay off in his career in the future in Supercross. All right. And Tina has our winner.
Yeah, he's down here saying, man, I was so nervous. But let's talk about that quad, because that was a defining moment for you. Walk us through that.
Yeah, the run before that, I hooked the quad before it a little bit, and I had to sit into the last one, and I clipped that one too, and that's where he got me. So I knew that those 2 were kind of my weak points, but if I do what I'm supposed to do, I can hit them good. And the rest of the track I felt really good on. It's just those little bitty things. So Sean's a rookie this year for Supercross, and he's come such a long way. And just the whole team, I mean, praise God for all this. We're we're just so pumped to be here, and we all got a good relationship. Bummed for Jordan, he hurt his ankle earlier today, but feels good to have the TLD team up on top.
Yeah, let's talk about you, though. You won this race. It's one thing to win a race once, but to come back the next year and win it and back up the win, how is that?
It's tough to kind of psych yourself up on the starting line, because, I mean, it's just such a fun race where we're all just having fun, but in 40 seconds, a lot can happen. So it's so hard to really kind of anger yourself to get to go and to have intensity and hit everything perfect, because, like I said earlier, you can have a good run and lose, so it's crazy.
Yeah, thank you. Huge congratulations.
We have one final left. Take it away, Sal.
Thank you, Jason. Couldn't ask for two better open finalists, Musquin versus Hansen. Are we gonna have another repeat situation on our hands, or will Josh Hansen, who reached the semifinals last year, finally reign supreme? We will find out who that 2017 Straight Rhythm Open champion is when we return here to the Fairplex in Pomona, only on the Red Bull Signature Series.
And this is interesting as we set the scene for the finals, Rick Johnson, because Marvin has been virtually error-free. Can he do it again? And you might say, well, last year he had to beat Ryan Dungey. Now he's only got to beat Josh Hansen. Hansen beat Dungey in a run here last year. Hansen and Dungey were very close on speed when they faced off at this event before. Hansen is capable.
Once again, and I'm not taking anything from Josh Hansen, but we're looking at a different Marvin Musquin.
Yes.
He won his first Supercross this year, and he's gained so much confidence. But as I said, I will stand behind. If Josh Hansen brings everything that he has, he can't beat Marvin.
Here it is, your first race of the Open Final at Red Bull Straight Rhythm. And Marvin just out of the blocks like a missile. And an early lead on Hansen, but Hansen has been able to keep it even after that start. And he's right there.
Hansen dropping the nose and getting back on the ground, actually a little bit quicker than Marvin. So Josh Hansen faster through the supersized rhythm section in the middle.
Got the DJI drone shot there. Oh, and a little mistake from Hansen, who had done all that work to close in on Marvin. And now the advantage to the 25. And Musquin's gonna get it, but Hansen certainly learned a lesson there. There are certain parts of the track where he was closing the gap. Should lead us to a great battle in the second run.
And I have to give it to Musquin when it comes to intensity. Watch Musquin on the start. He's very aggressive when he's on the ground. He's hitting it very hard. And then Josh sort of gets a wake-up call and starts to make ground. You can see he's got that front wheel down, showing a lot of confidence and actually making time on Marvin at this point. But then he makes a small mistake in quick cases. We'll see how he's kind of reaching for it, and then he doesn't quite get over the top of the gator pit. And now we take another look at, this is the mistake. As he comes off, he cases there, and that throws him off to the right.
That was all the difference at execution, but as far as the raw speed, Hansen had enough to keep the heat on Musquin. It's the closest anyone has been. Marvin looking to be perfect, not just win the event, but he's got a perfect record. He won the lights class at the debut of this event a couple years ago. He won the open class last year. He has never even been beaten in a single run. But could the privateer Hansen on the Suzuki upset Marvin Musquin here? He has to win this, or Musquin is once again your champion of Red Bull Straight Rhythm. Hansen, second-generation rider. You raced against his dad, the multi-time champion in his own right, always known for the great style and talent. Will it be enough to stop the buzzsaw that is Marvin Musquin?
A much better start, a lot more aggression out of Josh Hansen at the beginning. So he's actually ahead of Marvin at this point, so it is not over.
And this small rhythm section has been Hansen's specialty. Let's see if he can make it work. No, this time, Musquin has the advantage through there. Got the DJI drone cam here showing you the roost.
And getting roosted and taking it right in the face, but still keep going. But Marvin not making one mistake at this point.
No, Hansen's run has been nearly perfect, yet still Musquin able to edge away. He can now see it. A second straight victory in his sights. Marvin Musquin wins again. And his patented heel clicker to celebrate. And he's been doing a lot of those lately because there have been a lot of celebrations. Marvin Musquin has gone next level. Hansen, he did what you said he needed to do. He brought everything he had in that one.
Yeah, and he needs to hold his chin up. As you watch both of them, very, very close, but it was Marvin that was able to just, the time on the ground is where Marvin made the time. I don't think Josh could have jumped any faster or any better, but when Marvin was on the ground, he would see right there, he would pull a bike length, pull a half a bike length. All these little times on the ground is what helped him out.
And here's Marvin's trademark finish line celebration, the heel clicker. That was kind of a pioneering move in the freestyle revolution back in the 90s. He's brought it all the way back. We know tonight with the two-stroke celebrations, fans always like a little nod to the past. And Marvin Musquin in the present is becoming an unbeatable force. And Tina has him.
Yeah, well, a huge congratulations to Marvin yet again. You just did it, and you did it so consistently. But there were times where Josh was keeping you close, but how did you get it done?
Yeah, I knew Josh was pretty fast. I mean, he's such a technical rider. I scrubbed way too much at one time. I mean, my bike was completely sideways, and I thought it was going to go wrong, but managed to put it off. And yeah, I mean, there's some sections where you're like, man, I want to go faster, but obviously it's hard, and you have your competitor right next to you. You can feel him. But at the end, I had a decent gap, so I could breathe before the finish, actually. It was not super tight, so it was good. But congrats to all the guys, all the riders. Thanks to Red Bull for such a cool event. And once again, I'm really happy to be the winner.
Huge congratulations. What another great performance by you, Marvin.
Thanks, Tina. And the Red Bull signature moment, it goes to Marvin Musquin. Now, it's one thing to come out on top and win the event this year, but it's even more impressive to go 3 years in this event without even losing so much as a single run, especially when you're in a race that's this short and where even one small mistake can make all the difference. Marvin had the laser focus, he hit the perfect rhythms every time, and he also threw in a couple of cool scrubs to get the wheels back down on the ground and get maximum traction. And to celebrate those wins, he even has a trademark finisher with the heel clicker. A huge congrats to the man we're going to call Mr. Perfect, Marvin Musquin, the open class win and today's Red Bull signature moment. Well, the celebration has begun here at Red Bull Straight Rhythm, and even though Marvin Musquin was the overwhelming favorite coming in after winning last year and winning so many races throughout the year, the hallmark of this event is unpredictable racing, and it was close and tense every time they left the gates.
When I come to this event, I think, oh, it's going to be the same thing, really hard to report, but it's the racing. It's the winning by a nose that makes it so interesting. And we had so many surprises, past champions, crazy rivals in the 250 class, so many surprises. Thank you, Red Bull. It was awesome.
Yeah, a real celebration with the different motorcycles of the past, present, and future of motocross and supercross, and I think the fans really enjoyed that. Sal?
Thank you, Jason. Thanks to all of you at home for joining us at the 2017 edition of Straight Rhythm here at the Fairplex in Pomona. Great racing all night long in every class, and congratulations to both Marvin Musquin, who looks perfect, and Shane McElrath, competing in the open and lights classes respectively. And how about Garrett Stanke getting that first ever two-stroke class win? This is our final show for 2017. Thank you for joining us today and all season long. On behalf of our entire NBC Sports crew, including Jason Wygant, Ricky Johnson, Tina Dixon, and Will Christian, I am Sal MASEKELA, and we will see you again in 2018.